to me, the GOP, the way they're figuring they're changing is not by policies, but again, they're repackaging, this rebranding. It's the same bad product, but now they put it, in a Marco Rubio package, and it's supposed to change things.
Now,
and I completely agree with him. It was like a Mickey Mouse, boilerplate, resentisphere type of a speech to only the 20% of the Republicans that consider themselves Tea Parties, or at 17% now.
Well, that's the interesting thing is that, first off, yes, he sounded like a well-spoken caller into this program who's, seen a clip on YouTube and just said, Reagan, and just no real ideas, no policy ideas, just sort of this broad notion of we shouldn't hurt job creators. But what also struck me about that is that this is the guy who's supposed to be, he's the guy who's going to be running in 2016 to appeal to the middle, right? I mean, Rand Paul was set up. Rand Paul gave the Tea Party response, which I watched. And again, these Tea Partiers, they still cannot figure out. You put the teleprompter underneath the camera, not to the left, not to the right of it. They still haven't figured that out. But that said, this is the guy who's supposed to appeal to the middle, but he's doing essentially the exact same thing that that Romney did, which is including all these ideas of the Republican base, not deviating from the orthodoxy one bit, and just trying to sort of soften the rhetoric in some ways, but he couldn't even do that. Let's play that clip of Marco Rubio sort of complaining that he's being, people are saying that I'm mean. I'm not mean.
But anytime anyone opposes the president's agenda, he and his allies usually respond by falsely attacking their motives. When we point out that no matter how many job-killing laws we pass, our government can't control the weather, he accuses us of wanting dirty water and dirty air. When we suggest we strengthen our safety net programs by giving states more flexibility to manage them, he accuses us of wanting to leave the elderly and the disabled to fend for themselves. And tonight, he even criticized us for refusing to raise taxes to delay military cuts that were his idea in the first place. But his favorite attack of all is that those of us who don't agree with him, that we only care about rich people. Mr. President, I still live in the same working class neighborhood I grew up in.
It's just so whiny, mixed in, of course, with the sort of like the white stuff in the corners of the lip, But I mean, this is again a speech that is not being delivered to the American people. It is being delivered to conservative. This is the exact same thing that Rush Limbaugh says every day on his program. They accuse us of being homophobes. They accuse us of hating blacks. They accuse us of hating Hispanics. We had a Hispanic do our State of the Union address. I mean, this is...
I hire Hispanics to cut my grass, for God's sake.
This is the same formula, which is to sort of say that we are being victimized by the president. And it's strange that they cannot break out of it. It's still basically, you still cannot talk to the Republican base in this country and not sound crazy to the rest of America, and vice versa. You can't talk to the rest of America without sounding crazy to the Republican base. This is their fundamental problem.
I mean, it's like the propaganda that's been going on since Limbaugh actually, started being popular, that overtook the right. That it's even affected the speech writers. And every speech is really just a speech for Republican primary voters, and it is quite stunning. And you think, at times, we all say, listen, Republicans really can't believe most of the stuff they say, right? They really can't believe this. A lot of these pundits, they're getting paid money. They will go to these super PACs. They don't really believe it. They don't, they believe in climate change, but hey, they're getting $100,000, so they'll say, so what? The North Pole is melting away. That doesn't mean anything. But you get to the point that they may obviously believe that, and it's coming from Marco Rubio. That has been proven to be a false. narrative. They've been running, anti-Obama screeds the day, as soon as he announced he was running, in the Democratic primary. The guys were brought up his middle name right away. About Hussein, it's Hussein, he's Saddam. And they immediately started attacking his name. And he's been subject to this for 5 years now, and it's failed, and it will continue to fail. And in effect, it's only going to make Obama more popular.
Yeah, I think so. And what's also, you talk about the Hussein thing. What I also find funny is, look, it's quite obvious the guy is looking at a teleprompter, right? I mean, Rubio. I mean, this is, I heard some Republicans complaining, people paying attention to the water, so you get dry mouth. Which, yeah, I mean, I've been nervous. I've done stuff on national television. I've looked like a deer in the headlights, and I've been nervous as well. But the problem is that they made Obama's first term all about that teleprompter. And so now when they get sort of subjected to their own creation, i.e., delivery being important, it's problematic for him. And of course, Rubio's looking at a teleprompter. I mean, it's hilarious to me.